Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing Week 3 NFL predictions. We are going to go through all the games for this NFL slate, and I'm going to give you my predictions, what I think is going to happen in the game, and who I think is going to win. If you guys like the NFL content, please leave a like and subscribe to my best post every single day. Please leave a comment saying that you like it, and any other opinions that you have. Maybe I did something wrong and you'd like to comment. That's totally fine. It's all yours. Go for it. So we're gonna get right into it. We got the Browns and the Steelers divisional matchup, and in this one, I do have the Browns winning. I think what's gonna happen in this is the Browns are going to get off to a great start. And I think that they're going to keep it that way. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, they lost last time. Okay, they did lose that time. Doesn't matter though, does it? The Browns are still a really, really good football team. And even though they lost to the Jets, I still think they'll still be able to win this game slightly. It'll be a low scoring, close game, 20-17. I think um, Nick Chubb's going to have a rushing touchdown. I think Kareem Hunt's going to have a receiving touchdown. I think there'll be 2 field goals. And I think for the Steelers, I think that we will see Diontae Johnson have 1 receiving touchdown and Pat Freiermuth have a receiving touchdown. And I think it's going to be a very, very close game. But I do have the Browns edging out the Steelers, especially because they're home. I got the Browns winning this game, 2017. Next up, we got the Saints and the the Panthers. Okay, the Saints and Panthers. This one's gonna be a good game. It's for me though. The Saints are gonna win this game. I think the Panthers have really, really struggled to start off this year. They really, really have not shown complete dominance. They're 0-2, and they haven't really shown a good wins at all or good even losses. Like it's been a pretty disappointing start to the year, and the Saints had a very very solid game against the Bucks. Even though they lost, they were able to hold the Bucks pretty well, and they had a really good start to the season against I'm gonna forget the team Falcons. Was it Falcons? It was Falcons. It was Falcons. Yeah, but I think the Saints will come into the Panther Stadium and beat them. I have it being a pretty good, solid win, 27-10. I have the Saints win this game. I think Jameis Winston will throw for 2 touchdowns and also rush for a touchdown. I think Michael Thomas will have a receiving touchdown, and I think that we're going to see Chris Olave get a touchdown as well. And the Saints take this win. I think the Saints defense shows up pretty well in this game, and the Saints take the win 27-10. Next up, we got the Bears, the Texans, and I have an upset. I have the Houston Texans going in to the Bears Stadium and beating the Bears. The Texans have really, really shown good things. They tied to the Colts, and they almost beat the Broncos. Those are 2 good teams that they almost beat. And you know what? The Bears, they look good against the Niners, but also the Niners had a full game, you could tell. So I think the Texans are gonna overall win this game. I do. I think it's gonna be an upset. I think a lot of people. I think the Texans defense is gonna come up big. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I have only being 14-10, but I have the Texans getting both their touchdowns from their defense. I have it being a pick six and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And then for the Bears, I have Justin Fields getting a rushing touchdown. But I think overall, I think the Texans defense really, really shows up, and they are going to beat the Bears at away. Next, I got the Chiefs and the Colts. Honestly, I had so much hope and like hype for the Colts, and they have really let me down. I had the Chiefs winning this game. I just have to see more from the Colts before I start picking them. At the start, I would say I had confidence that maybe the Colts could win against the Chiefs, but now I'm like, yeah, Chiefs are going to win this game, I think, pretty easily. I have it being a bit of a higher scoring game, but not really that high scoring. 31-16 is the score I have being. I think Mahomes is going to go throw for 3 touchdowns. 2 of those are going to go to Kelsey. I think the Chiefs defense are going to have a big game, and Matt Ryan's going to struggle again. And although I think Michael Pittman will have a good game, I just think it won't be enough. Chiefs are going to take the Colts. I need to see more from the Colts before I pick them. Bills and the Dolphins is what is up next. This is going to be a good game. I have the Bills winning this game, though. Two 2-0 teams, a divisional matchup. Could be very, very close, but I do have the Bills winning this game. I think the Bills overall have a better team. I think the Dolphins have barely squeeze their way past. And they have shown the Dolphins will admit that they were a lot better in the first 2 weeks than I thought they were going to be, honestly. Dolphins have really showed me a side where I didn't think, but I think the Bills overall win this game. I think what's going to come down, this will be a pretty high scoring game, but defense. 38-34 is the final score, but the Bills defense overly crushes the Dolphins, and I think the Bills take the win. Bills win this game. Next up, we got the Lions and the Vikings. This one's also, in my opinion, going to be a decent game. It's going to be a close game, but I have the Vikings win this game. Now, I know when you think about Vikings and Lions, I feel like you think about it's always been very, very close, but this time it's going to be different. I think the Vikings come in and just win this game. I think the Vikings have a better offense, and I think the Vikings defense will come up. Lions actually showed pretty well against the Commanders, but it won't be enough. I have the Vikings winning at home. I have the Vikings winning, and they're going to be beating the Lions by a score of 24-20. Pretty close game, but I think overall, I think it's going to be Justin Jefferson is going to help out a lot and beat them. Next, we got the Ravens and Patriots. Another good game. Uh, if you are a Patriots fan, because the Ravens are going to crush the Patriots. I don't think this is gonna be a close game at all. I have score being 38-10. Ravens absolutely crushed them. Ravens really, their offense was amazing that last game. Even though they lost, their offense was amazing, and I think that their team is overall just gonna show why just one game where they lost barely to the Dolphins. I feel like everyone's saying that they're now like washed, but they're definitely not. The Ravens are still a very, very good team. I think the Ravens are gonna win this game in a pretty dominating win. I have the Ravens win this game. I just don't think there's any. It's not gonna be very very close. It's just I don't like the Patriots team so far. They haven't really shown enough where I can like them enough, and so I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this game. I really am. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Jets. I mean, it's another one. I know the Bengals have started off kind of rocky, but you gotta trust the Bengals here getting the W against the Jets. Just didn't even look that bad last week. They beat the Browns. They looked pretty bad in week one though, and I don't think that the Jets are gonna be able to handle the Bengals. I think it's gonna be a closer game just because the Bengals are gonna be struggling. I think it's gonna be 17-10, but the Bengals still win this game. I just don't see I just don't see that one game being just the Bengals like key of victory. I don't see two bad games from the Bengals is gonna make um just the Jets beat them. I just don't see that happening. So I have the Bengals winning that game. Next up we got the Raiders and the Titans. Two 0-2 teams. But one team's going to go 0-3, and that's going to be the Titans going 0-3, as the Raiders are going to come in and beat the Titans. I think the Raiders games will have been a lot closer, and I think that the Titans have not looked good. They lost to the Giants, and they lost to the Bills. Bills was a domination. Giants, I mean, they really should have won, but Giants ended up taking that. It's just been an unfortunate game for the Raiders last week, and I think the Raiders overall come back. They take it in a pretty dominating win, 42-14. That's right. Raiders drop over 40 points in this game. I see it being a pretty big blowout. Maybe if you don't like it, you don't like it. But come on, tell me, tell me that I'm wrong. Come on, Raiders are gonna win. Next up, we have the Eagles and the Commanders. Eagles are winning this game. I think the Commanders have really shown not bad stuff. They had a pretty good winning in week one, almost beat the Lions in week two. But the Eagles have really showed why I think that they're going to be the best team in the NFC East this year, and I think that they're going to be beating the Commanders this year. I think it's going to be a closer game, 24-17, but I do see that the Eagles are going to win this game. I think overall the Eagles defense is going to pressure Carson Wentz. He's going to make some bad throws, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to rush for two TDs and overall win the game. Eagles win this game. Jaguars and Chargers. I mean, it's another pretty easy game to pick. I had the Chargers winning this game. Jaguars haven't looked bad again so far in these first 2 weeks, but you gotta choose the Chargers in this case. I just don't see the Chargers being that good, honestly, and I just see the Chargers overly dominating the Jaguars 38-17. I think the Jaguars score points. Not enough though as the Chargers walk in. Austin Eckler's gonna have a big game. Herbert's gonna have a big game, and the Chargers defense is gonna have a huge game. Next up, we got the Rams and the Cardinals. This is gonna be a good one as well. But I have the Rams winning this game. I think overall the Cardinals had a big win last week, but it was almost lucky, almost. And I think the Rams, even though their game against the Falcons was close, and even though they haven't looked the best this year, I do have the Rams, the Super Bowl champions from last year, winning this game. Closer game, 27-24, but I think the Rams take the win. I think Kyler Murray's going to throw a pick at the end of the game, and that's going to be the sealer. And I just think the Rams' defense overall is going to pressure Kyler Murray, and he's going to make some bad throws. Falcons and Seahawks. This is going to be an interesting game because these are two bad teams. But in a bit of an upset, I got the Falcons winning this game. I think the Falcons overall have a better offense than the Seahawks, and I think their defense is going to surprisingly do well. It's definitely going to be a low-scoring game. I had the score being 14-12, but I do have the Falcons winning this game. I think that overall, what's going to happen is I just think that the Falcons defense is going to force the Seahawks to make some bad throws from PJ Walker, and I think that overall the Falcons team is just going to be a little bit better on this day than the Seahawks. I do have the Falcons win this game. I think Kyle Pitts will have a receiving touchdown, even though he really didn't have one last year. He's going to have one this year, trust me. Um, and also Drake London is going to receive for over 80 yards. So that's why I had the Falcons win that game. Packers and Bucks. This is going to be a good game. But honestly, I had the Packers winning this game. The Bucks have not looked good these first 2 weeks. Tom Brady has not looked good. Their O line has not looked good, and their defense has been the reason why they are winning those games. And honestly, I don't think their defense can be able to handle Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think it's gonna be 27-21. The Packers end up winning this game. Buccaneers have not looked good offensively. I think the Packers defense is gonna show that, and I think Jair Alexander is gonna have 2 picks and 1 pick 6. And I think the Packers defense is gonna show up and beat the Bucks at home against the Bucks, and I think the Bucks are just going to come under pressure. They have not looked good this year. Even though they're 2-0, they haven't looked good. And then we got the 1-1 Niners facing the 1-1 Broncos. Call me biased, whatever you want to say. I had the Niners winning this game. I know, it was a big loss to lose Trey Lance to a season-ending ankle injury, but Jimmy G is one of the best backups you can have in the league. And I overall think the Broncos have not looked good in these first 2 weeks. I don't know if it's Nathan Hackett as the new head coach or if it's Russell Wilson as the new quarterback, but it has not been working. And the Niners have a pretty dominating win against the Seahawks last week. They showed why that Bears game was a fluke, and I think they showed again against the Broncos. Pretty low scoring though, 17-14. The Niners win this game at Broncos Stadium. In your Monday night game, we got the Giants and the Cowboys. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have the Giants winning this game again. I feel like it's been kind of crazy how the Cowboys have struggled, and now losing Dak Prescott and Rush is not the worst back of QB Cooper Rush is, but he's not the greatest. And honestly, the Giants have looked really, really good. Daniel Jones has been good. Saquon Barkley has been elite. It's been kind of crazy. I'm not a Giants fan saying this, but I think the Giants are going to start off the season 3-0. Crazy to say it, but I actually think that's what's going to happen. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's what's gonna happen. And if you guys like this, and that's where I'm gonna end the video. If you guys like the week 3 predictions, please like and subscribe to my best puts every single day. Comment down below if you guys like these videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and peace.